Hello, how are you doing, my darlings? Hi, Solus. Thank you for the hello/look. uh, I'm finally back. I am so sorry for having been away, but some things required my attention, namely being my mental health. I am tired. I just woke up, and it's like 11 p.m. Um, it's fine. It's fine. But I figured so essentially, like, I kind of like had a kind of busy day today, I feel. Where I just kind of like, I was looking at this chessboard. It's so weird. Like, why is this chessboard here? Anyway, as I was saying, like, I had a quite busy day today. Where so I have a small issue at home, which is my cat has had some accidents. And has soiled the doormat, which is an absolute mess. And I managed to clean it up, but the doormat is beyond saving, so I had to go get a new one. And the closest one is like literally the other end of the town where I like the only place to really like get the well, I don't know, there's kind of stores that sell store mats, I guess. Whatever kind of store that is. They are literally at the other end of town, very far away. So I had to go to there, and then I figured, well, since I'm up to anyway, it's kind of like industrial area essentially. Since I'm up to anyway, I might as well just go to the electronics stores and hand in my earbuds, because the one of the earbuds is dead, which saddens me a lot because that means I can only listen to music in one ear, which is not good. And earlier today, I went to a different city to go to a meeting thingy, and I tried to like put it in for repair there, where all they could really do was just clean it because they didn't have didn't have spare batteries or tools for that particular brand or anything, which fair, but they cleaned it up. Because it could just have been like, you know, like it's a wireless earbud, so it could potentially just have been like the connection between the charging plates, or what the charging pins, whatever you want to call that could have been broken. But or like the, I think is irritated a word? I don't know. I don't know if that's the right word. Anyway, it could be due to needing to be cleaned. Unfortunately, it's not. He told me the battery was dead, which is what I feared. So that cost me quite a bit of money to not really get anything done, which saddened me. But then I went to the store closer to where I live to actually bring it into proper repair, like the same store I purchased it in. And turns out the brand of my earbuds is bankrupt. So yeah, I can't get a replacement. I did still hand it in, and they kind of said we'll see what we can do about it. If we have any spare batteries laying around, or if we're able to get them, then we'll see if we can fix it. Otherwise, rip. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and I mean, there's like an agreement that they will give me a estimate for the cost before doing anything with it. So if they deem beyond repair, then I will not have to pay anything, fortunately. But yeah, it's very sad because it's actually a very good earbud, and it fits well and all that. So I really do not want to go out and get a new one. Low key, if the repair people, the tech wizards in that store decide they cannot repair it for whatever reason, I low-key might just see if I can find a spare battery and just do it myself. Because I mean, if it's broken anyway, I mean, can't possibly make it worse, right? And I do actually have experience working with electronics, so although that's a long time ago. So we'll see. But yeah, I really hope they can fix it, because it's a very good audio quality in the earbuds. It's a brand called Jabra. I think it's a Danish brand actually. which probably means it's not very well known outside of Denmark, so yeah. But yeah, it's very high quality, it has very good like noise cancellation and all that, so it'll be very, very sad if I can't get them fixed. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And then tomorrow, I actually managed to finally get a an appointment for my hair. So hell yeah, that's gonna be great. It's not gonna be great for my wallet, but it's gonna be great in general. So kind of like treat myself a bit. So yeah, busy, busy, busy. And I walked a lot, and for some reason my toes hurt. But only like 2 toes. It's very, very strange. But yeah, today we're playing some World of Warcraft again. I think this might potentially be the last World of Warcraft we do. In theory, we have quite a lot. We have to finish up, like we have quite a lot to do actually. We have to finish up the campaign, which requires the Battle of the Bridge, March of Quel'Danas, and Dawn of a New Well, which sounds kind of terrifying. I have unfortunately been spoiled quite a lot on social media, and honestly, that is part of the reason why I've been away. Because quite frankly, the story we're about to witness, I've been told, is abysmal dog shit. So, hell yeah. Honestly, even just like the conclusion of the whole gathering of the elves thing, just with how rushed it all felt, it honestly just made me sad. With how the storytelling was just kind of like look at all these people we've gathered. This was supposed to be kind of like it just kind of feels a bit of a okay. We just did this happen, then that happened, and this happened kind of storytelling. It feels like a toddler wrote this, to be honest, with the way the storytelling is presented, and I kind of hate that because I feel like the quest lines in some of the zones were actually quite strong, especially the one in Zul'Aman had a very, very good story. I felt like the main quest there. But we also do have to do the side quests. But that's the thing. I don't know if I want to do that on stream because, quite frankly, I have cancelled my World of Warcraft subscription, and I only have like a week left. So we'll see how much we can manage to get done because we still. My map broke. Because we still have to do Zul'Aman, we need to do Harrenhal, and we need to do the Void Storm side quests, so... Oh wait, how long is this one available for? 6 hours. I need to do this one, actually. Before I eventually do go to bed. Right, put a pin in that. But yeah, essentially, like my goals before my subscription ends is to finish the main story. I kind of honestly just kind of like given up on gearing, because... I already have fairly... Oh, that reminds me. Actually, I already do have fairly decent gears, so not too pressed about that. As I said, I cancelled my subscription, so I'm not really too pressed about, like, you know, raiding or anything. So yeah, I'm just here for the story, and the story is not treating me well, so... But we'll see. We'll make judgment for ourselves. Anticipate abysmal dog shit, but we'll have fun with it anyway. Our elven allies have arrived. It is time to take the fight to the Darkwell. Zelda's forces hold the bridge and relentlessly pushed into the harbor to reinforce their position. We must retake the harbor and launch our naval forces and use combined assault to take the bridge. Are you ready? Sure. That was the scenario. Thanks, hi! It is indeed me. How are you doing, darling? Alright, the chat is still down there by Omen. That's fine, right? I don't know where else to put the chat, to be completely honest. We had some shenanigans last time that caused me to move the chat down there, but I mean... The alternative was being where to text quest texters, so... And I'm kind of like setting up the other side of the screen this time, so... Yeah. Chat, you can get to hang out with Omen then. Yeah, yeah. You want chat boxes like me? So shiny? We can arrange something like that. We can definitely do that. I actually made these chat boxes myself, which is why they are slightly scuffed, but I think they're serviceable. But yeah, made them myself. Not the back end of like the API call and all that. That was a template I used, but I did do some small adjustments to it from the stream elements thingy, and then I made some CSS magic to make it look the way it does. By no means perfect, but suitable. See, the whole thing is that I'm trying to be less perfect, so having not perfect chat boxes is good. Anyway, let's go do the scenario. But how are you doing? How are you doing? I am tired, but I am back because I kind of like couldn't fall asleep again. I essentially just woke up like a couple of hours ago, and I've been trying to fall back asleep and just that's not gonna happen. So so I just kind of decided to just get up. Yeah, meeting in 5 minutes? Oh dear. Bloody meetings. Oh? Ah. That's a lot of enemies. They're all just standing there. Oh, also I finally made some tea. I actually made a good night tea, so maybe that will help me fall asleep.
Elves of Azeroth, the devouring host has come to consume
It does look kind of major, yeah.
our lives and our families. We will not let them take anyone else. Not one more. Today, we break the void.
Why is Zeratul the one leading this whole thing? He's like essentially a kid or maybe a teenager compared to all the other elves here. Anyway, I will not drink my tea yet because it's way too hot. But I will take water.
Before we assault the span.
Keep it open. Like, look at this. We're talking about, like, probably millennials old. Probably millennials old, I presume. 40, maybe 80, I don't know. And he's the one leading the charge because nepotism, essentially. All of these people are like... Wait. We have a duck. Hell yeah. Wants to make sure to say hello. Thank you. Yeah. They're all centuries old yourself, silly kids. Yeah. I mean, I guess the kids get to have their fun leading a war once in a while. But yeah. Hope the meeting is manageable and not too horrible. And thank you for stopping by. Hope you come back. It's just kind of like, why is Arator leading? I mean, I guess he's kind of like a bit of both worlds, but again, I have another major question. Where the fuck is the Horde? I do not know. Anyway. The Twilight Blade are attempting to plug us off from the harbor to buy time for Xy'latath. When you're ready, we will break their line. Sure.
Protect those. Varisa will provide support from the skies, and Thalystra from the sea.
I will provide fire from the bridge.
The enemy's line and secure the harbor. Champion,
Wow. Call in a flame strike.
Signal them when needed.
Boom. Alright. Oh, tree. But it just kind of feels a bit silly that like Arator is in charge of this. Honestly, I would have liked it how a character was in charge of it. Because I mean, we have all the relations with all of these people. Some better than others, given, you know, the whole faction thingy, but like, by this point our character is a war hero of several wars. I mean, I guess that probably depends a bit on how long you've been playing, but my character is at the very least. I've met these people, fought alongside a lot of them, fought against some of them, but ultimately aided all of them at some point in time. So it would make a lot more sense if, I mean, I guess Arator just kind of like vanished, or it is there. I mean, I guess I kind of am leading the charge probably, anyway. But like, first of all, Zul'Aman is kind of like one of the region lords in Zul'Aman City, so why is he not the one leading the charge in defense of his home? Second, if they needed a neutral person, why did they not choose the quote-unquote champion of Azeroth, aka me, to lead this charge? It seems a little bit weird that Arator is just kind of like shoehorned into this leadership role just because, yeah. Also, nobody has made any mentions of Illyria and Turanium being gone. So yeah. Not even Arator, and that's like his parents, so it's a bit weird that he's not like commenting on it at all. I think there was maybe like a comment of, oh no, Mom, Dad, like after the cutscene when they were left in the void, and then that was literally just it. It's a bit silly. Like that's what I mean. Like the storytelling in this entire campaign just feels very. Then this happened, and then that happened, and then this happened, instead of like, you know, actually getting into the gritty parts of it. Like this whole unification of the elves honestly doesn't really feel earned. And I mean, I think it's nice that they gave us kind of like one of the trailblazing roles in the Void Storm part of the campaign, because that makes sense given all the achievements our characters do have, that we can lead, or will at least have a prominent trailblazing role in that. And clearly we're doing all the work in this little battle here as well. But it just kind of feels, ow. It just kind of feels like, yeah. This feels very, then this happened, then that happened. Also, Taco, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you for that follow.
Suffer the wrath of the Quel'Danas!
Yeah, suffer the wrath of the Quel'Danas. And fire. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I'm just kind of like, once I said, like kind of just want to get through this campaign, honestly. I said it right, hell yeah. I'm doing great, thanks. I'm getting well. It's not that little Duolingo game or Duo thingy you have. Like cute. Yeah, I am well. A little bit sleepy because it is like 11:30 PM and I just woke up, but otherwise good. Otherwise good. You tried doing the weekly Ice Crown Circle grind for Invincible? Oh yeah, yeah. I gave up on that a long time ago. I wish you bountiful dude, and may Invincible drop as soon as possible. I believe. And I'll do my best to use a bit of dark magic to get that. Been grinding it weekly since Mr. Pandora. Bloody hell, that's a long time.
We cannot launch an assault on the bridge.
I think I kinda tried to do that as well, but just sneaking past these people. Sure, that's fine. Like, I tried to do it weekly at some point, I was kinda like, yeah, it's not dropping for me, so... Alright. let's defeat these people. I kind of waste my meteor strike, but that's okay. Yeah, do not give up. I believe in you. I believe you can get it. Okay, let's stop a meteor. I really want to get the ashes of Allah from what was it? I don't even recall what the name of that raid, but the one in Outland. The one where you fight Killfus. Well, one of the ones where you fight Killfus. I think it's in 2 raids back from Burning Crusade, if I recall correctly.
My cavalry can't provide air support. The Ethereals will shoot us out of the sky.
But I have absolutely no luck when it comes to loot at all, so yeah, I just kinda gave up and forgot. I think that's a primary issue when it comes to like trying to farm all countries that I just forget. Actually, that's also just with current content as well. I just kind of forget to do it. It's a bit of an issue if I actually want to get things. Oh. They're teleporting. You forget to see all the transfer pieces? Yeah, I get that. I don't recall how much you needed to do for it, but I've... Like before Shadowlands, I found the Tears for Regalia armor, I think it's called. I really wanted that from a mage, so I just kind of went out of my way to get it. I do not recall if it was just a simple matter of having to buy it, or if you needed to drop from the old Quel'Danas. Quel'Danas? I don't recall the difference. But the old raid. Good luck this week? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I used to like do the farms like multiple characters as well. I just kind of like, well, presumably if I do the same attempt with like 5 different characters every week, hopefully I'll get it right. If you're about to pay a move, yeah. It's so wild how it's just kind of like such a low drop chance even now. Like I could understand back in the days when it was like, you know, a bit more difficult to actually get through it because it was like the currency rate back then. But at this point it just kind of becomes a chore to do it. I think a very good like compromise would be to put it in a reputation store. And then you can kind of like still has a chance to drop, but once you get exalted with the reputation for the raids, then you can just purchase it to kind of like, I mean, that feels like the ultimate bad luck mitigation, I think. It's, yeah. But alas, they did not do that. I will say though, at least it doesn't feel quite as horrible as the RuneScape RNG. Like, okay, maybe the mount drops too, but like general gear doesn't feel as bad as it does in RuneScape. Where you have to kind of like farm the same boss for little hours in a row. Like you kind of go in, fight the boss, then it respawns, you fight it again immediately. And then you do that for like a few hours, and then you might not even get a single piece of loot. I hate that. And especially since like when I do play RuneScape, I do it on a Iron Woman account, so it's kind of like, well, I can't even purchase the gear even if I wanted to. And then you end up getting duplicates when you finally get loot drops, because duplicates is kind of like, ugh, please just give me the thing I need.
Signal for reason to strike.
But yeah. I would say I really love the whole catalyst system they implemented in... Was it in Shadowlands they implemented that? Or was it in Battle for Azeroth? I don't recall. That's a big gun. Win! You think it was a big thing?
Clear. Mount up.
I don't recall actually. It may have been, yeah. I honestly didn't do a whole lot in about Farthroth.
Clear. Fly to me at the bridge. It is time to advance to Quel'Danas.
We advanced to Quel'Danas. Like, I did the main story and all that. I did the looking for raids and stuff like that, but just didn't really care too much about getting high level gear, I guess.
Light preserve you, friend.
The Nightborn set up artillery on the ships, and Reese's Rangers are providing air support. Are you ready to push across the bridge? Sure.
Be alert for opportunity. Now is the time. Signal Thalystra to open fire.
Thalystra, open fire, please. Good job.
I don't have a target.
But yeah, I don't know. I kind of enjoyed Battle for Azeroth, but at the same time, it also just got a little bit too grindy at some points, I feel. Very repetitive. I definitely do not miss another turtle has made it to the water.
Do not let up.
It almost hurt just to say that.
Devouring host know the fury of Quel'Danas.
Champion, the wounds! Oh, I mean, good times, good times. You have nightmares of that word. Sorry. But yeah. I at least feel like the storytelling was better in Battle for Azeroth from what I recall than what we have now, so in that regard I kind of do miss it, but... eh. I don't know. I love Tristwar.
Much like your parents, leading an army to their meaningless death.
This army will see you vanquished.
Good old Bran.
I swear it on my father's shield.
He swears on his father's shield. I do not know how much impact that does, given that his father does not want that shield, or didn't quite want it. But sure, you careful.
Twist into wrath. Will you
Is that little cannons?
again? And this time, will your
Looks like they have little arcane cannons, so
The only one who will burn today is you.
and all the other enemies, because I'm a fire mage and I cast Fireball. Ironically, I don't even have Fireball because I have Frost Firebolt. Frost Firebolt sounds so mean, like you're both burning your enemies, like scorching them, while also potentially giving them a what's it called, like frostburn?
a chance to leave and lick your wounds. After all, I never took any interest in you.
Oh snap, no interest in him.
Is that fear in your voice, Zalatan? We aren't going anywhere.
Also, how are they speaking with each other?
Down that shield! Fire!
Yeah. It seems so weird that they have like little cannons of arcane.
Void spawn no quarter.
Well, that's a big thing. Well, I cast Fireball. And Meteor Strikes. And all the other good things. I guess I played a bit around with my talents and I really love Cinderstorm, but it just didn't feel that strong in comparison to... I probably should get out this. In comparison to the Ignite thingies. I guess it might be a single target versus multi-target kind of situation, I do not know. But I feel like it didn't trigger enough for it to be worth it with the Cinderstorm. Which is sad because it looks fabulous.
What can I do?
We're nearly there. One concentrated attack should punch through the remaining defenses. Ready? Sure. Oh, play movie.
Oh, you struggle in vain.
Nuh-uh.
Leave this dark place.
done is unite us.
I mean, he's not wrong, I guess. Wait, isn't that like pretty much the first time you've seen actual like cavalry? Kind of, well, there was the whole Arcane Crusade thing, I guess. Yeah, go on, Brick. Why do you fight about things?
I would never miss an
hey.
opportunity to raid the Sunwell.
Fair. Our allies are coming. Yay.
Goddess has drawn a path for you.
And now the entire horde arrives, right?
Zalatath and her devouring
Right?
host take this city for Azeroth.
A four.
Sunwell.
Sure. For everything. Okay. Big question. Where the fuck is the horde? If we had time to assemble all of these other armies,
Taking the span was just the first.
we could have like gathered the rest of the horde.
Face Zalatath before this dark well corrupts
Hiding,
all
sure.
of us.
like the thing is, I can probably imagine it's something along the lines of, oh, well, Shattered might be potentially threatening other places with the devouring host. We need like our forces are scattered. We need to keep a garrison at the other major cities to protect ourselves in case Shattered decides to attack there. Fair. But you don't explain that at all. They're just kind of like, oh man, I wish I could throw horde or like throw orcs at the problem. Why don't you? And there's just no answer to that. It's just kind of like, it's so weird. Yeah, the Alliance and Horde, they should just kind of merge at this point. I don't know, I'm not big on the whole faction war thing myself. And especially given all the times the Horde and Alliance have banded together against like a larger cosmic force, it makes sense to just kind of like, I wouldn't necessarily say break the factions down, but at this point, I mean, there is a armistice at the moment, as far as I recall. Yeah, every expansion they team together to fight the great evil. Yeah, exactly. I guess there might be some ideological differences between them and all that, but I don't know. But at the same time, I kind of feel that is kind of what they are doing. One thing that does bother me about this whole campaign too is that we have like, what am I trying to say here? Like, we are in Zul'Aman City, a capital of one of the Horde members. And there's, I mean, the Nightborn are here, but that's because they're elves. That's the reason. Well, two reasons. One, they're elves. Two, Valisra and Lovamar are married. So, of course, she's gonna, like, lend the aid of the Nightborn, but, like, we use Portal to muster the elven forces. But like, look at this. We have Horde, Dinosaur. we have Horde, Alliance. In the defense of a Horde city. Not to mention the whole army of the light thingy was, I don't think that was an Alliance specific thing, but it probably is, I guess. Given that Turalyon is the... Or was? I don't know if he's actually dead. We didn't see a body, so I guess he's probably not dead. But I mean, he is the current regent lord, I think, of the Alliance, so... That's what, like, 4 Alliance factions coming to the aid of a Horde city, and it's just kind of like, where the fuck is the Horde? It's so abysmal dog shit writings, not at the very least just give an explanation as to why the Horde is not here. I hate it. I hate it. It ruins my emotion, to be honest. Well fought. But that's not over yet. Ooh, we get an Emerald Horse Rider. But Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they show up later? I mean, I'm starting to doubt it, because at this point there's not really much left to do. All that for a green burp, yeah. A green burp that's just gonna be put into my stable and never be looked at again. Poor burp. I mean, I guess the Horde could show up for, and like the Expanded Alliance could show up for the next patch, I guess, probably. But at that point, it kind of feels too late. I think what they should have done... I mean, I haven't quite finished the story yet, but what they should have done is to... I think starting next week on Wednesday, I think it is, they kind of like start a new part of this patch thingy, where they kind of like do void raids or something where forces of the void attack Zul'Aman, which seems a bit weird if you're wrapping it up here. Anyway, but like it would have made a lot more sense if those raids, like if they kind of like dragged out this whole unification thingy and put all the void raids in other places than Eversong Woods. Sure, still Eversong Woods because, you know, Zul'Aman's here. But make the Devouring Host attack Ergrimmar. Make it attack Stormwind City. Make it attack Ironforge. Make it attack, which other major cities are there still standing? Thunderbluff. First of all, it will bring people back to old places, which I think is good, because that kind of shows there's actually a world in World of Warcraft. Which is something I feel like Blizzard's forgetting. Yeah, just level Azeroth. Yeah. But like, it would also explain why we have not called upon the full might of the Horde and Alliance for this. I mean, this is a world-ending thing. This is literally the Devouring Host, which caused the fall of Karesh. I mean, this might potentially be worse than the Legion. I'm not entirely certain. Honestly, the Legion felt worse because they did not pull the punches when the Legion attacked. They killed, was it Fortune they killed? They killed a prominent paladin at the very least in Legion, which is kind of like, we're not afraid to hold back things. And now it's just kind of like, everybody's safe, kind of. Like, I'm not afraid anybody's going to die. I don't know if anyone will, but I mean, I don't think so. And, I mean, yeah, Verisa and Tyrion, they're kind of like lost in the void at the moment, but I kind of feel like they're probably gonna survive that somehow. Yeah, one of the biggest threats with Itherhat, and the most important people aren't here. Exactly. There's actually like quite a lot of another thing is that a lot of like the alliance leaders were actually present in like trying to stabilize the Sunwell before this happened. Like Velen was here, Anduin, Faerun, I guess not technically speaking alliance, probably. Umbrig was here, or he still is, I guess. Who else? Moira, which I think... I will be completely honest, I do not know a whole lot about I keep forgetting anything about the Dwarven law and all that. But I think Moira is one of the leaders of the council at the very least. So like you have all of these alliance faction leaders. I think the only faction leader you did not have was the Keldorite, the Pandaren. Well, Pandaren's kind of like stopped existing after Mr. Pandaria, let's be honest. But like, you have the dwarf, you have the humans, you have the what's it called, the Draenei. Their faction leaders are literally involved in protecting the Sunwell in this expansion, and they're not sending word back home of like, hey, send the armies. It's so weird. It just kind of feels like they forgot the world part of World of Warcraft. It's kind of bothering me. But yeah, as I said, like the thing that starts next week, I think I do not recall what they. I think they're calling it like Void Incursion or Void Raids or something like that. I don't recall, but at the very least, it's like Void Portals open and they attack Silver Moon / Eversong, and they attack Zul'Aman as far as I understand it. Vital Souls, yes, that's the word, thank you. And it's just kind of like such a missed opportunity to have used that to attack Orgrimmar, Stormwind, and other major cities to kind of show this is a worldwide threat and not just here. Because if it literally was just here, send the armies. We have the portals clearly. I don't know. It's just a bit weird that they don't even mention it. Especially since there literally is a point where Roman's like, oh, I wish I could throw orcs at the problems, like we usually do. It's just like, oh, well, why don't you? I don't know.
It's good you are here.
I can't speak with anyone else. Champion, friend, this is it. We must wrest the Dark Wolf from Lyra, or Force to the Void. We do not have the forces available for a second chance. Strike hard and strike true. Watch your allies' flanks, and we'll see this day won. Okay, I'm gonna story mode this.
But the true battle lies ahead. Be ready for the worst.
Story mode's over here. I mean, at least they showed up. The Zul'Aman trolls also showed up.
And what's the report?
When the Amani heard what was happening here, I called for volunteers to join me in battle besides my Hashira. Not many were willing to risk their lives for the sake of the elves, but some were. And that's a start, eh? It is.
You're still a funny one.
I almost stabbed one of them elves. Old habits. You know what? That's fair. You're level 199 plot paladin, level 11 delves. Yeah. The delves are... I don't know, they kind of feel undertuned. I did T11s on my characters as well at like 214 or something as well. It's just kind of like... It feels so easy. Like, I almost feel like I still have some veteran gear, but most of it is champion and some is hero as well. I just kind of feel like there's no point in leveling up anything less than champion level, and even champion level doesn't really feel worth leveling. Because it's so easy to get the hero tier as well. It's just kind of like... Why? Why spend resources? I know it uses different resources, but I can convert the veteran resources to the other things once I unlock the tiers for that. Not to mention it's a different farm I have to do, so it's kind of like, yeah... I don't know, it's a bit too easy to get gear, I think. Or rephrasing it, it's too easy to get good gear. Because, I mean, that... So I think I mentioned a bit earlier, I'm kind of like not really doing a whole lot of raiding because I don't have a group for it and all that. But I kind of feel like if I'm not doing raids and all that, like I'm not doing Mythic Plus, I'm not doing raids, so kind of what's the point of getting good gear? The point would of course be to... The only grind is to get Mythic gear. Yeah, exactly. And I'm not going to do Mythic Plus in pugs. I'm not... Like neither Mythic Plus dungeons or the Mythic tier raids. I'm not gonna do that in pugs. So yeah, why not? Because it sounds like an absolutely horrible time. Like I'm seeing so many people on social media as well being like, oh, we need to remove power infusion because it makes my stats look bad because priests use it on someone else, and it's kind of like, are you really upset that you did not get the highest damage dealt? Does it not just matter that you completed the thing? I do not understand the mentality. I think the thing is that this is a whole, like, I'm not gonna go off on this tangent because that will take forever. But there's like a whole psychological thing about how people in online games tend to see other people as like they tend to see their allied players as obstacles rather than, you know, people. You rarely perks or raids. Yeah, I think that's good that some people do that. I have also been perking some raids, and I just kind of like, I don't know. The thing is, like, I usually perform rather well when I do raid, but I'm just kind of like afraid, so to speak, because I'm okay. Huge confession. I have never used DPM. I think it is overrated. It is what's called it is overwhelming. It like overwhelming my sensory overstimulation, all that. It makes me play worse to have DPM. A lot of people swear by it. A lot of people use it as a crutch, to be honest. But the other thing is, I do not usually watch guides before I jump into things because I like the progression aspect of learning the fight. And you don't really get to do that in pugs most of the time, so that is why I do not pug, because it's hard to find the like-minded people. And I know, Cena, just watch the bloody guide and go do the raid, but I'm kind of like, well, but if I'm just watching someone else do it and tell me exactly what I'm supposed to do, then why do it myself, kind of thing. That's my personal aspect of how I like to see things. Other people using guides, I do not care. People do what they want. You and your friends that host pugs don't watch guides. Hell yeah, I love that. I kind of would love to. I mean, apart from the fact that I'm probably going to take a break from all of Warcraft after finishing the story here, is that I would love to kind of like get a small community going and then just do those low stakes, low key progression rates, so to speak, just for like community runs and all that. I would love to do that, but unfortunately, I not have a very large community to do so. But it is a dream of mine in the future to do that. To be able to just kind of like have people in the community be like, "Hey, Mythic Plus, hey, raid," and people just be like, "Oh, hey, do I need to have any mods or add-ons? Do I need to have any prior knowledge?" I'm just kind of like, "No, we explain as we go." And I think that's the approach, because I mean, the occasional times I have ventured into looking for raid hell, it's kind of like I understand people like looking for raid is incredibly easy. It's only hard when people do not know what to do, which is honestly perfectly fine. Looking for raid is the lowest tier of the raid, gives the lowest rewards, so it's perfectly fine to use that as kind of like a staging ground for learning how to do the raid. The issue is just that people use it, expect things to just go smooth and perfect, and only do whatever they need to get done themselves. And that just means that people do not get a chance to learn, and I hate that. I really hate how, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, if people want to make a perk that says experienced players only, fine, just advertise that. But even more so, I think that's just kind of like that issue. I think when I tried to do some perking back in Dragonflight, I think that's the last time I really did some proper perking in raids, actually. We went into the, what's it called? I don't even recall the name of the raid. The first raid, the one with the, let's see. Raid. World of Incarnates. I went in there, finally found a perk to do it, and the perk was listed as kill people only. We might make mistakes, and that's okay. People would join anyway. We did perfectly fine with Aeronaught, perfectly fine on Terrors. Primal Council was an absolute mess, but we got through it. Like, I think it was almost a wipe, but we got through it. And then we went to Cinerath or something like that, and we wiped once. First wipe in the entire raid, and people just left. Everyone left. And it's just kind of like, why? People learned. We died, people learned. Go again. But people just don't have that anymore. I mean, I just kind of feel like there's just a disconnect between some parts of the player base and expectations for the game. Like, I had this discussion a lot with a friend who does Mythic Plus almost religiously, and it's just kind of like, we do not time the key, therefore the key is wasted. But I'm just like, well, but you still get the loot. Sure, you do not get a higher key, but you still get loot. You get to do another key, and at the end of the day, isn't like you're doing the dungeons to do the dungeons, right? To get the loot. I guess that you might want to get a high Mythic. I never really got into Mythic Plus, so I don't really know how it works, but it just kind of feels like, oh, the key's wasted, blah 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 blah. But I mean, we still got through it, right? Isn't that what matters? And I think even more so, like all that things about like looking at charts of what is the best meta classes. If you're playing an off meta spec or something, you're not allowed to join. And I think that's absolutely atrocious. I mean, at the end of the day, like people who create the groups, they can pick and choose who they want to have in a group, obviously. But it just kind of feels so short sighted to be like, no, you're playing this, but you're playing a mage. You're not allowed to join the group, because it's kind of like, look, if that 1% damage difference we would get from having a whatever the meta class is what makes us time the key. That was on shaky grounds anyway, so I don't know. People want to rush things a bit too much, I think. Which kind of makes sense given how the story is also rushed, unfortunately. Anyway. Hang on, let me just go ahead and do this because it's gonna happen anyway. I'm sorry, chat, but it's gonna happen anyway. And then we jump into the thing afterwards. My tea is actually at a drinkable temperature for once. This is nice. But yeah. At the end of the day, like, people are allowed to play at the level they want. If they want to do perfect, no mistake runs, then fine. It just has to be with like-minded people. If you want to do progression, which is what I generally prefer, fine. Just, also do it with like-minded people. But that whole thing of, like, gatekeeping and all that, it's just... I hate it. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a video game. We play video game because fun. And if you play at such a high level that you only expect the most perfect run, no mistakes happen at all, you probably should like join a guild that aligns with that sentiment. So yeah. But no, it's just actually how horrible is the group thingy? Let's see. Let's just look at rates, actually. Okay, some people are doing curved already. This one says relaxed, though, so you would imagine that they kind of like will explain tactics. Competitive, I don't really know. Okay, this one is marked as competitive, so I'm giving it a bit of like allowance here, but it's kind of like, note if you have NSRT fail, instant kick. And it's just kind of like, why instant? I mean, I'm guessing this is a very important mechanic that if you've messed this up, it's a wipe thing, probably. But it's just kind of like, I mean, mistakes happen. People are too harsh, exactly. Okay, I guess this is a curved run, so I guess that kind of makes sense to have the requirement and all that. I hate when they just kind of call the group fast. I hate that. Yeah, exactly. If you want to be that hardcore, join a guild. Exactly. Or join a community. I mean, I know you can argue for the exact same thing, that if you want a relaxed experience, join a guild. You can argue for that as well. But the thing is, like, there's a difference between, like, if you're perking, you're probably... Like, if you're a hardcore player, why are you not in a guild? I mean... That makes sense to find people with like-minded, but if you kind of like have to resort to pugging because you don't play enough to really be able to, like I don't really play enough World of Warcraft at the moment to really feel like I can join a guild and be on the raid scene. So pugging would make a lot of sense for me. I'm actually not even in a guild at all, because I just kind of like don't feel the need to. But that's the thing, like, perking should just straight up be casual. And if you want that hardcore, well, join a guild. I mean, it sounds true, you might need to fill once in a while, but people just need to make better explanations other than fresh full clear. Like, say what you expect. You're gonna go with 30 people just use it as a giant bank? Yeah. That's what I was kind of considering making a guild just for my own characters to have that big bank, but then we got the shared, like the Warbound bank, is that what it's called? So I'm just kind of like, I don't need that anymore. But yeah. But no, people are too harsh. People expect perfection, which is just... If you want that level, find like-minded people. I know I have had some success with finding a more relaxed situation of trying the no pressure community, which is, as the name suggests, a no pressure of like we don't expect you to be able to necessarily do the mechanics. We will learn, and people will be nice about it. That's like the entire premise of that community. I have had some success with it, but at the same time I also just kind of like struggle with the whole but then I have to interact with people. Help. One thing I've actually found very good is the thing that works best for me, I think, is having joined other streamers where they just kind of like been doing community runs, and then they'd be like, oh hey, we need a healer, and I'm like, I'm a healer, not on this character obviously, but like on my druid, I'm like, well, I'm a healer. If you want, I have this item level. I plead incompetence when it comes to not knowing the things, but I know how to heal. And then the streamers are just very, very lovely. It's like, oh yeah, come along. We'll explain things as we go along. And surprise, surprise, things actually work out pretty well when you go into things with a good mentality and not anticipate everyone else to be absolute mess-ups. But yeah, to trust pucks to do all the mechanics is a nightmare. It really is. And I think there is this kind of like... Some people are just... I'm gonna be completely frank here. Some people are just hopeless. You can explain them the mechanics perfectly. You can tell them, hey, dude, you got this thing on. Please come over here and do this thing like as it's happening. And they will just not listen. They then wipe the raid, and then you do kind of like the debriefing of like, okay, so we failed because this particular, without casting blame on anyone, but we failed because this particular thing happened. If anyone notices they have this debuff on them, or they have like this big swirly thingy, whatever, do this. And then people go out and do the exact same mistake again. At that point, I'm kind of like, okay, please just pay attention when we're actually trying to teach you what to do. but yeah. But sometimes I think people are a bit too quick to cast blame on it, because I mean it is a learning experience, and I think that's also why I don't really watch the guys and all that, because they don't give me a whole lot. Because I feel it's one of those things of like, okay, I know exactly what to do. Then you get into the encounter, and it's just kind of like panic. You forget everything you've learned, kind of situation. But once you do it like a couple of times, you start to like learn to pay attention to, oh, now this thing is happening, okay, now this is happening, I see this big swirly thingy, that means I have to go into big swirly and help soak, all this kind of thing. So just kind of like a matter of, yeah, learning. But yeah, straight up refusing to do the mechanics or being AFK during the fight, then that's an issue. At that point, it's kind of like, okay, you're not even trying. But always benefit of the doubt. And I think that's the thing. People are too quick to pull the trigger of just playing the blame game instead of just taking that. Oh, we wiped. Okay, let's try again. Like it's really not hard than that. Unless, of course, we're going into people being, you know, as you said, like intentionally refusing to learn. But at the same time, I mean, I guess it depends. Like, if people are not interested in learning, then you can't do anything. But if people are actually interested in learning, but they just struggle for whatever reason, then that's fine. But it's just kind of like, yeah. Yeah, that's a very good approach to it. Like if someone makes a mistake, which happens, like I used to, it was not high level or anything, but I used to run with a guild doing the Emiratul as a healer. And Emiratul as a healer was chaotic, to say the least. Not only did we have to keep everyone alive, we also had to do a lot of mechanics just to prevent group-wide wipes. It was a mess. I loved it, actually. And despite knowing exactly what to do, sometimes you just make mistakes. But yeah, like, especially if you're new into the thing, I think that's also a thing that I sometimes catch myself in doing when joining. Now, of course, I will not go and join a pub group that says experience people only. If I do not have the experience, I will not do that. But if you just kind of like join one that says chill and casual, if nobody asks, if I feel like there was, unfortunately, that kind of like, there's kind of like a thing is about, if you say, I'm sorry, I don't quite know the mechanics of this boss fight, you are afraid of saying that because most people just straight up kick you out and taking the time to teach. And that's so weird, because how are you supposed to learn if you're not being given the chance to learn? It is very sad, yeah. That's also why, as I said, like earlier, I would love to kind of create a community and do some low stakes. Just we're just here for the fun of it. If we complete it, hell yeah. If not, well, hopefully we had fun. But yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if you ask people in a friendly way, obviously, like, hey, we kind of worked because this particular thing happened. Or like try to teach them and they just kind of like, no, screw you. And it's kind of like, well, okay then. But as someone look to it and we can talk about it rather than pretending to know it. Yeah, exactly. I do unfortunately kind of like catch myself sometimes and not saying, I don't kind of know the mechanics of this, because sometimes it's kind of like, well, I'll just play it by ear. Usually that goes fine. Sometimes it goes wrong. Usually goes fine, but sometimes it's kind of like, I think that might actually be the case in this. I haven't done this raid at all, but I think from what I've seen, there are like a lot of things of like, if you get a specific marker on you, you have to do something specific, and it's one of those things of like, well, maybe I'm doing this wrong, maybe not. We'll see. Sometimes they educate for me to explain some, in case someone doesn't know. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But yeah, there is definitely that fear of speaking up when you do not notify it, and I think it's such a shame, because I mean, it would be so much better to just kind of like nip it in the bud before you start the encounter. Just kind of say, hey, I'm not. Can someone please explain the tactics? And I think. One thing I've noticed is that some raid leaders in perks, but also kind of like in my old guild, like even if you were the same people every single time, the radio would always still, before we start, you can always be like, okay, remember, big purple swirly, soak, this thing, spread out. It's essentially just kind of giving a quick TLDR of the encounter, and I think that's still good because, I mean, if people were to forget, well, there's a reminder. And I've seen in perks that some people will also just kind of like explain it anyway before signing the account. I think that's a very good approach because it kind of like, I guess it also depends a bit on, like, of course, if you say it's competitive experienced players only, then you might not necessarily have the need to do that because that is kind of the expectation. But even then, it still doesn't hurt to delegate and give a summary of the fights that people are aligned. But yeah, but it is a shame that people kind of feel they can't ask, how do I actually do this fight? Is there anything I need to be aware of? Because we are afraid of being kicked. I absolutely hate it. And that's also why a lot of wipes happens in perks, because people do not say that they do not know what they're doing, which fine that they do not know what they're doing, but if nobody says anything, then it's just kind of expect, like, people just think that everyone knows what to do, but then some people don't know what to do, and then ditch. So yeah. And at the end of the day, I mean, okay, fine, we just do it again. I did actually have a case where I was doing a Mythic Plus on my healer with another streamer, joined their group, and I was like, "Hi, I've never been in this dungeon before. Please explain tactics before we do anything." They forgot to explain the tactics before we got into the fights, and I was just kind of like, "Is this good? Is this bad?" I don't know. But hey, we got fruit. We got fruit. That's like someone in the Dreamlight heroic race only accept people that already got okay. Yeah. I've seen, like, I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to how exactly it was in this particular expansion, but I've seen, like, in past expansions, like week 2, you need to have curve to join normal. Week 2 of the expansion. It's kind of like, and so what, mate? You expect me to have curved to do the normal, which I need to get gear so I can even get up to do heroic. It's just kind of like, why? They did that first expansion too. Doesn't surprise me. And I mean, you have this. You see the same thing in Mythic Plus as well, where people are like, no paladins, no mages, only hunters, or whatever the meta class is. Or most specifically, only marksman hunters or something like that. And it's just kind of like, dude, why is it so specific? Just let people play. We can't all have 270 plus first week. Yeah, exactly. I think I have like, what do I have? I have like 247. I probably could like upgrade a lot of my things. I'm not doing the raids, I'm not doing M+, so it's kind of like, yeah, I don't really care, so, yeah, exactly. And I mean, I think part of the, like people tend to complain a lot about a content route, which I'm not saying it's not the case, but it's kind of like, yeah, there might be a content route, but you're also kind of like, you know, speedrunning the game, so... Yeah, not exactly helping on that. It's just 72 now? Hell yeah. Well, what is that? That's like heroic 2? Or is it Mythic 2? What does heroic even go to? I don't even know. I don't know. I haven't even crafted my items yet. It's a mess with my gear right now. But that's fine. That's fine. I actually need to go to the Catalyst as well. You got a few Mythic pieces? Hell yeah. But yeah, I don't know. People are too harsh, and I think that's an issue. But I mean, it happens in every single multiplayer game. It's just an unfortunate reality of multiplayer games. But it comes from the psychological things that a lot of people, they see other players as obstacles rather than, you know, other people. It's an issue. And like one thing I've noticed is that like a lot of AAA companies try to band together against that at some point. Like a lot of the social contracts you basically have to sign before starting any kind of like multiplayer game, especially PvP games like League of Legends, where the thing is the bar is literally just like be nice, and people fail on that bar somehow, and it's just kind of like not just like people fail on that bar. People complain that they have to be nice to other people. And that's just absolutely mind-boggling to me that, like, why are you complaining about this? It's so weird. I think in League of Legends, I do not play League of Legends, but I think there was like a thing where it was something about the question mark thing because people were using it to kind of like make question marks whenever the teammates died or something. It essentially was used to like bad manner teammates to like question mark ping them for doing a not so stellar decision, which I mean, it happens. Riot did, I don't recall what they did, but they did something to kind of like try to mitigate that, and people complained, oh no, now everything's so rogue, I can't even bad manner my teammates. It's kind of like, are you really complaining you can't be a shithead? It's just kind of like, what the hell? You got the good old question mark plenty. Yeah, I got it a couple of times too back when I did play. It's just kind of like, and it's also just so annoying because then you feel like I know a lot of people, myself included, that whenever we do play any kind of like PvP game, it's immediately like mute teammates. And it's just kind of like, we shouldn't mute our teammates. We might actually talk tactic. I mean, nobody does that, but I mean, it's just kind of like, we shouldn't have to mute our teammates. People should just be nice. The bar is so low, like really just don't. If you have the impulse to question mark spam people for making a mistake, I mean, just don't. If you have the urge to make a mean remark to your teammate for messing up, I mean, just don't. And people still fail on that bar. It's embarrassing, really, to see it in action. Yeah, World of Warcraft is the most important right now. I agree. But honestly, like, I mean, League of Legends, I haven't played it in quite a few years by now, but I enjoyed the gameplay of it. I enjoyed the gameplay loop and everything. But other people were just kind of like, other people are actually the reason I don't play it anymore, because I'm just kind of like, I'm here to have a good time. Other people apparently take issue with that. I can have a good time elsewhere then. Yeah, exactly. It takes more energy to be a dick rather than just being neutral. Exactly. And I mean, I'm not saying that like, sure, you can see that top laner going 0-7. That happens, and you can be like, oh, okay, this game is probably a lost cause because the top laner messed up, for instance. But there's a difference between like, you know, like just thinking that for yourself, and well, there's a difference between that and, you know, writing it in chat and really rubbing the salt in the wound. And I think even more so, it's a team game, so you can be like, hey, top lane, we see that you have a bit of issue up there. Is there anything we could do as a team to help you? Or just like, oh, hey, if you try to play a bit more defensive, we can try to change our tactic about maybe focusing more points into mid lane or something. I don't know. But like, the thing is just people rage instead of trying to look for solutions. It's just, what? I don't understand. And at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world to lose a game. It's not the end of the world to wipe a raid. It's not the end of the world. It's a bloody game. But yeah, I don't understand when people get the energy to be upset. I don't understand where they get that energy from. You lost Levo since you signed to an organization. Ooh, you signed to an organization. That sounds pretty intriguing. in World of Warcraft or in League, or just like general esports. Oh, you missed that. Oh. Oh, you would Leslie if you were signed. I see. Very important if. Yeah. There was a point where I was kind of like trying to do the esports push kind of thing to see if I could get into it, but quite frankly, I'm just kind of like I lose interest too quickly. I think it was For Honor actually. I kind of wanted to do some high level For Honor gaming back when that was new, but I was just kind of like, I just burnt out on it quickly, and I think that's my issue. I kind of lose interest in games quickly, so it's just kind of like, yeah, I would not be able to do esports because I mean after playing the exact same game for 2 months non-stop, World of Warcraft being an outlier here, but I just kind of like lose interest. I do not have the energy. But yeah, oh, I loved For Honor back then. I haven't played it in quite a while. I only ever played duels because I didn't want to deal with other people. There's a pattern here. But yeah. But Honor was actually very interesting at how it was kind of like a fighting game. But it had like that whole the art of a war system, I think they called it. It's quite interesting. I loved it. But it also just kind of felt a bit pointless. Like, I didn't feel like any of the rewards actually intrigued me. So, yeah. But it was fantastic to just kind of like do the battles and all that, and also the duels felt cool. Kind of did miss it. Now I low-key want to play it again. But yeah. But I think I really struggle a lot with like competitive games because I'm just kind of like don't have that competitive drive in me to really keep going. It's just kind of like, I mean, obviously, I always when I am playing a team game or like a competitive game, I'm always trying to win, obviously. But for me, it's not the end of the world to lose. I'm just kind of like, we lost, whatever. And as I said, like obviously trying to see, like, doing my best to get the win, but not at the cost of like getting angry like that. That's silly. No. But yeah, I think that's one of the things I like about World of Warcraft is that you have like these cooperative things like dungeons and raids, and I guess you can also do delves in groups, but that doesn't necessarily feel useful to do. I don't know. but it's kind of nice to have these cooperative things about you come together to fight these big foes. I love that aspect of it, but of course some people just have to be mean about it, and it's just kind of like, effort. Effort to do the thing, which is why I'm doing story mode, which probably should jump into.
Shall not falter.
I just want to count fireballs and things. That is what I want to do with life. Can solve a lot of problems with fireballs, actually. Some problems might also not be solved with fireballs, but you can always try.
Is there no end to their armies?
I mean, it is kind of like an infinite army, so I guess not. Ew. I forgot to cast my meteor strike. That's okay. But I can definitely understand that the whole point of like, okay, I've been running through the same dungeon or raid like 20 times now. I just kind of want to get it over with again. But it's kind of like, well, if you're getting bored doing it, then why continue? But that's just my point. It's kind of funny because like when this expansion came out, it kind of blindsided me a bit because I kind of expected to not hear anything new about World of Warcraft until like, I don't know, summer. So like a couple of months. But there's like in February, it's like late February, it's like, oh yay, Resident Evil Requiem coming out, yay! We get to play that, and then as I was playing Resident Evil Requiem, it's like, wait a second, there's no World of Warcraft expansion coming out, the 2nd of March. Oh dear. They've already announced the next expansion. Have they announced the date of it? Because I mean, I know they already announced like the whole World Soul Saga before the War Within. They kind of said they would do Midnight and the Last Titan and War Within, of course. It's kind of like a saga thing. But I mean, I'm guessing they kind of moved to 18 months, I think, release cycles. So I'm being hurt by something over there. But I'll be completely honest, I was like, I kind of enjoyed Dragonflight. It was fresh, it was new, it felt like we're just going to explore new lands. I also do like the new cycle, exactly because it feels a little bit more condensed and not dragged out. But I feel sometimes they might be rushing things a little bit too much, like the story here.
A constant reminder of her failure. You sicken her. No, liar!
Liar!
To your sister so highly. She only looks down on you. A weak little girl to be pitied.
Oh, but wait, what are you talking about? Reza, yeah.
I can't.
Oh,
I would not be here without you. My thanks. Come to me. Accept your...
okay, I have not read the I mean, this is story mode, it's not gonna be an issue. I haven't read the tactics or anything, so I have no idea what I'm doing, but Fireball, Meteor, Spade is taking damage. Oh dear. I think like the story beats we're going through are kinda nice in this expansion. I just think it's too rushed. Like this whole devouring host thing is a major thing. I have a thing on me, I do not know what that means. Anyway, I didn't die, it's fine. I'm guessing we run away from this.
I am
Because that did look rather painful to stand in. I'm guessing we defeat the Matrix thingies.
You solve nothing.
I am guessing we destroyed these thingies. Probably? But like I felt like Legion had a very big like, oh dear, the Legion which we have heard so much about is here. They are messing everything up right now. Can you still attack? I guess we move out of the darkness. But like Legion had a lot of impact of like, we need to call all the armies of Azeroth essentially to fix this issue. And here she's kind of like forgetting all the armies of Azeroth exist. Okay, I'm not entirely certain what I'm doing, but it seems to be working.
The dark well calls and I answer. Can you hear it?
Oh, I'm in the dark world now. Okay, do not stand in the void, is my guess here. Those things are gonna shoot. Okay, so these things are charged now. I do not know what that means. Oh, that means they shoot thingies. Are we supposed to soak those? I don't know. I plead incompetence. Yes, we do not want to get sucked into that singularity. Just a hunch. You're just looking for your next transmog grind? Fair. I have a kind of feeling we needed to maybe do that, maybe not. Can't tell. You already got your next one, I'm not sure how to get it. Oh, which mark are you going for?
You cannot end the ending.
I'm not sure if I was supposed to do that or not, but I'm alive, I think. Paladin, I see.
Your efforts are the absence of reason, of light.
Damage taken reduced, right, so... I guess we slip out of that and then we just kind of like make sure everybody's inside of this thingy.
The sun falls.
Are we supposed to stand in those? I mean, the NPCs are not moving to it, so I'm guessing I don't have to either. We probably just have to not, like, get caught in between them.
Night is infinite, eternal, inevitable.
So they've all within transmog. Wait. Oh, wrong way. I plead incompetence. Whoopsies. Right, you can kind of like see they will make a path like based on the edges, I guess. So we should be safe to start here.
All possibilities are cloaked in shadow. Relent, revel.
Eh. Come on, team. Out of that thingy.
The sun falls.
Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. I wonder if I could have been a bit better with the positioning of those things, like put them a bit closer to the edges. I don't actually know. Oh, I do not like this at all. Should be safe in here, I think. Should be safe out here. Oh. So like if I go all the way over here, will that then... okay. This is bad. This is bad. Please perish. Okay. I think we may have missed a little bit of like damage, but that's okay. We got it.
You wind runners. You just don't know when to lay down and die.
They shouldn't. My queen! She's here!
We windrunners are just stubborn that way.
You? I honestly didn't factor for you.
Death comes for all, Zalatan.
She said the thing!
Even your wretched kind.
We'll finish this another time, perhaps.
Void is afraid of death. There was actually a point about that in a short story. Oh? Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god, I'm almost crying. This is adorable. This is probably the first time in forever Savannah's had a hug.
I thought you said you could never leave the moor.
There
Oh, that's
are
adorable.
ways, nephew. But they do take their toll. Regardless, you told me that Silvermoon was in peril. That it needed
Same.
its Ranger General one last time.
Zul'Aman, if the Maw cannot hold you, then maybe there's a way back for you. Back to us.
My penance, my true work has only begun, little sister. The Shadowlands are not at all what they seem.
No, they
I
shan't.
cannot rest until I've uncovered the truth.
Oh.
Still, I hope to see you both again.
Are you going back to the Shadowlands, maybe?
Before the end begins.
Bye, Sylvanas! That makes me very, very happy that Sylvanas came here to
But the Darkwell remains.
help
What was wrought here can
and make amends.
simply be undone. The light is all but consumed. I barely feel the well's power.
This is not ideal.
The wounds the void left behind must be healed.
Yeah, it also made me very, very happy to see it reappear. Like even in the end of the War Within, you kind of had a quest where you went into the moor to and found Sylvanas, trying to ask for her aid. Oh wait, no, I don't recall exactly why exactly you went in there. Arazeena was like, "Hey, we need to go to the moor because we might have an ally here." And I was like, "Oh, Sylvanas," and it's just kind of like, wait, there's a reason they give us a glimpse of Sylvanas, because I mean, they wouldn't do that and then just not have her show up. But I think, what is it called? I do not recall. Let me see if I can find it. Whoa, short story. Sisters, I think it's called. So I'm kind of googling because it bothers me. I can't remember the name of this one. Okay, I can't recall, but there was a short story at some point. I think it was before Battle for Azeroth. I think it was in between, or maybe it was in before Legion. It can't have been before Legion. It was. I think it was before Battle for Azeroth. Before Sylvanas put her whole plan into play. Before the storm as well. But she met up with her sisters at Windrunner Spire. And Veriza was just kind of there, just kind of like seeing the immense tension between Illyria and Sylvanas, because I don't recall who it actually followed. I think it was kind of like following all of them at the same time. But the void inside of Illyria was like furious at the death presence of Sylvanas. There's something about the death and the void being two forces that do not mingle well, and the void is afraid of the death. And as Sylvanas says, death comes for us all. Also, it pleases me to see another Sylvanas enjoy here. Oh, may the Dark Lady watch over us. But there was definitely, I think that entire, I might be spoiled territory, I'm not gonna say it. There was actually a very good short story. It kind of like showed the dynamic between the sisters even after everything that's happened up until that point, and how one is, you know, the Banshee Queen, infused by death magic. Another is infused by void, has a yeah, it must have been Alpha Legion. Has a it's called a dark Naru inside of her, and then it's just Veriza, who's just kind of like, I think, doesn't really have any special things going on for her, other than like just being very capable and being a very good diplomat as well. But there was definitely that thing about the void being afraid of Sylvanas, the void inside of Illyria being afraid of Sylvanas. So yeah, ever since that, and ever since we saw Sylvanas at the end of the war within, I was kind of like, yeah, there's gonna be some death thingy happening, and that will take down the void. So it will kind of make sense to go back to Shadowlands if that's the case then. But I don't fully understand how death magic works in the World of Warcraft universe. I think it's kind of like the least explored one. I do not know.
Light preserve you, friend.
We won, yet at what cost? The Dark World remains. I feel as though I should have answers, but with all that has happened, I have a little left to give. This is a victory, and we must take solace in that. But what's next? You excited for it? Didn't play Shadowlands when it was new. There was mixed feelings about Shadowlands. I think the general consensus on Shadowlands was that it was horrible. I quite enjoyed it though. I think my primary issue with Shadowlands was just kind of the whole, we get to see the afterlife, we make friends in the afterlife, we save the afterlife. How can anything be bigger than that? Was kind of my issue with Shadowlands, but other than that, I actually kind of did enjoy it. It had some bad. August was a bit boring, to be honest. I kind of liked them more. I hated them more, but I hated it because it was supposed to be hated for being an absolutely terrifying place to be in. That was why I hated it. But yeah. We have won today, but it may take us some time to discover what to do about the Dark World. If there is one group of experts when it comes to Worlds of Power across Azeroth, it is the Elves. You helped me assemble this day. Ah, how convenient. I mean, I guess that was the entire reason for gathering the Elves in the first place. So yeah. You helped me assemble. So they will convene and decide the next course of action. For now, enjoy the victory. You exemplified bravery and honor, and I am proud to have fought by your side. You're welcome, Arator.
To be done, but I think we've earned a
Bask in my glory.
Let's head back to Silvermoon for now.
Back to Silvermoon we go. How do I leave?
You were here.
There. I also can't tell if we low-key missed the DPS check or if it's supposed to kind of like fill the entire place with void at the end. And you just kind of like have to survive. I'm not entirely certain. But we managed to do it, so hell yeah, that's what matters. It does fill the whole place? Okay, so I did not mess up. Good to know. It was a little bit terrifying because you just kind of like see void everywhere. And then just kind of like, oh, where do we start now? But I guess it just really does make for that final push. Is field mechanics normal? Yeah. I know there was something about like the like those runes that I got at some point, which just kind of like didn't know what to do with. But it didn't seem to matter at all in story mode, so it's fine. The memory game? Oh, it's a memory game. I see. Oh dear. That does sound absolutely horrible to do. Well, Thalias, today will be a day of ceremonies and great magic. Before we begin to cleanse the Darkwill, agreements must be made. We have 2 events that have requested your presence, both as a mediator and as a witness. What we'll lay down today will be lasting ramifications, and it is important to all of us that we have you at the center of it all. Meet with Avis and Roma for their respective events. Once you're done, return here and we shall continue to the Darkwill together. Okay.
Despite our long history of animosity, we elves have proven that together we are greater than our grievances.
I guess so.
Perhaps the rifts between us will never fully heal, but we must at least attempt to bridge them.
That makes sense. Actually, I kind of did. I quite like the whole scenario of the like the whole attack thingy. So I thought a little bit weird that Aerith was the one in charge because all the other people here seem so much more capable than him, to be completely honest. Ah, warehouse for rent. Champion, I feel it's important to have you here for this moment, so that neither I nor my wayward former peer get off topic with his many failings. I also want a witness in case he turns to evil. Would you be so kind as to unpack a few items so that I do not have to touch them? Excuse me, Roma. That seems kind of rude. I love how it's just kind of like, oh, I know we just fought a huge war, and you, champion, were like you were one of the most important people in helping save our entire city. Now please go clean up this mess. Why are you not hiring, like, I don't know, these people? They seem like they might want the money to help, you know, unpack some things. Why do I have to do this?
Let's get this over with. Umbric, in light of all you have done for Silvermoon, I hereby return your research materials.
Ooh.
It's Magister Umbric, actually. But it's good to be acknowledged.
That's what I said. Did he just get the rank of Magister here? But I guess he always has been a Magister. Champions never get a rank. True.
Ask of me.
I thought the box has displayed since I locked the last accursed items in it. This warehouse contains the total of Umbric's careless experiments and research into the void. I did not trust this place to be too close to Quel'Danas for fear the materials would fall into the hands of in the hands of incautious students. I had attempted to destroy these items many times. I nearly did. Every time I failed to try, I chastised myself for my weakness. I never imagined a day like today where I would be grateful for that weakness. Why would he struggle with destroying this if he loathes it? Does he have feelings for Umbric? I think they used to be good friends,
It would be
if not more.
unwise to oppose us.
Right. What am I supposed to do?
We serve the Alliance.
What even is this? I don't know, but we dusted off.
My old harmonio. You kept it?
Well, a lot of work went into it, and you did earn it.
There's definitely some feelings here. This goes beyond more than just old classmates.
My old workspace. Complete with nullification runes and enchantments.
That desk was a menace. It kept eating magic items we left on it.
That doesn't sound ideal.
Wait, does this mean what I think it means?
They're getting married. Yay! By order of the Grand Magister Romath, and ratified by Regent Lord Lortham of Ferron, the Sindori hereby bestow ownership of the Umbral Atrium to Magister Umbric and his Rendori in good standing with Silvermoon. Let none forget the sacrifice and heroism of the Rendori in Silvermoon's darkest hours. Oh! This is my study now. I love how small we are. Like look at this. Almost like we're barely even. Why is the table so large? And I guess it kind of fits their important NPC size, I guess, but it's always so funny with like all the like chairs and tables and all that in World of Warcraft. They're always too large for the characters. It's so funny. It's even funny when you play like a smaller species as well, because they're just kind of like, I can't even see what's on the table. So we help save the city, and in return, I'm allowed to have my old things back? From anyone else, that would be an insult. From Belmath, the highest of praise. Oh, we even get my old Olembic. How thoughtful.
To show our gratitude for your aid, I am awarding you this property as an embassy for the Rendori.
You are actually letting us back into the city regularly? Willingly?
Huh.
I still do not approve of your research into the void.
You gave us our equipment back? That is literally you approving of what we do.
He kind of has a point here.
Approve of me.
I regret this already.
Oh. Now, kiss. I will leave you to that. Have fun. Okay, so the Rendori, an alliance faction, now has a embassy inside of Silvermoon City. Interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense to have, like, you know, embassies from alliance in Horde cities and all that. I guess that does make sense. And they are, you know, originally High Elves, so makes sense. It almost kind of feels like they are unifying the Horde and Alliance and all that again. Which I'm not necessarily against, it's just, I don't know.
All that I worked
There is a lot of conflict.
gone.
Even having fought by the side, even having fought by their side to see the Silver Covenant walking in the streets, so in our city once more, drives me to rage. Yet even I must acknowledge we cannot continue this feud. Each of us are allowed. Each of us are allowed our hate and anger. Yet those are about us. Our enemies threaten the world and beyond, and so if we have to defeat them, anger will not be enough. Wait, what's the whole point of the anguish research? Champion. After much discussion, negotiation, and even some screaming and free tools, sounds fun. Why was I not here for that? The Zul'Aman and Silver Covenant have decided on a course of action to define both of our futures. given your aid in getting us to this day, we would like you here to act as a witness as we formalize and sign our peace accords. Will you do us the honor of igniting the flames of remembrance? Oh, so the Silver Covenant is being allowed back into the city as well.
I have decided that our people can no longer afford to fight each other.
Does make sense, I guess.
Greater threats lurk outside our walls.
Wait, hang on. Oh, they vanished. I guess I have to go up somewhere. Hang on. Wait, where's the flame of remembrance I have to ignite? Ah, there it is. Don't mind me, I'm just being dumb.
The Silver Covenant was formed to oppose the Horde. Our enmity toward them could not be quelled. Let this flame signal the end of the Silver Covenant. Though our losses linger, we must move forward.
I mean, we have losses too. You're not alone in this. A lot of losses at your hand as well, actually. And the famous Sun Reavers.
The Sun Reavers sought to reclaim our place in the Kirin Tor. We never meant to become a political tool. Let this flame remind us of our true calling. To share knowledge and power against a common foe.
Okay. Wait, isn't the Kirin soldier speaking just kind of political thing? So do you think that would make you political regardless whether you want it or not? I don't know. It's the same dialogue we just read.
In the better circumstances.
Remember those we lost.
Oh dear. We, the Undersigned, agree to the following compact. That in times of great need and world-ending threats, past grievances and vengeance can be set aside to allow the greatest minds of might and magic to come together and find solutions to craft war against such threats. Let all who follow this compact use the magic and wisdom for the betterment and defense of Azeroth and her citizens. In the face of evil that threatens Azeroth herself, let those practitioners of magic once again work together for a better future. In memory of Pheromore, Dalaran, and the Sunwell. Quel'Danas. Signed by Risa Windrunner and Aether Sunreaver. Witnessed by me! Yay! Huzzah! Well, somebody's making strange gestures. It is done. Today marks the day of the Silver Sun Compact. May the oaths we sign ourselves today bind us in trying times to do the right thing.
I agree to this compact, though I will never forgive the Horde for what it has done.
As I will never forgive the Alliance for purging us from Dalaran. Yet, I too agree to this compact.
I mean, it's not like we haven't worked beside each other before. Oh. It also seems a little bit funny that Berisa was considered the peacekeeper. I think that's kind of like the nickname that she got amongst her sisters, was the peacekeeper of the family. But now she is, I mean, I guess she just kind of did make peace, but begrudgingly.
Things went well, champion.
It kind of did. I wish we had seen the duels and all that, but sadly no.
I proudly serve as Regent Lord.
You have fought by our side through our darkest hour during our greatest triumphs. It is only fitting you join us this day. I mean, I'm a blood elf, of course I did.
The light of the Sunwell be with you.
In the wake of Shard's House destruction, what remains of our forces are gathering at the Dark World to determine what we can. So, to discern what we can do about the remnants of the void, we cannot abide the presence of so much dark energy. Some of our greatest casters and most knowledgeable scholars believe that might have a solution, but we could use your aid. Please join Arafel at the Dark World at your earliest convenience.
Still, we believe we can heal the Darkwell, and we would like you there when we do.
Oh? Well, we kind of... we kind of did agree to not completely reignite the Sunwell. That was kind of like the condition the Quel'Danas set up for lending their army. So, what are we gonna do? Yeah, we'll find out. Meow. Assuming. Such a long bridge. Oh, wait, we're not going into the raid. Where am I going? This way. Hi.
What can I do?
Oh, thank you for coming. It is fitting we have you here for this day. The last of the other elven leaders have returned with powers from their homeland that will help us in cleansing the Darkwell. With the Voidstorm no longer barrages the Darkwell, it still needs healing. Please meet with the other leaders and let them know we are ready for them.
The others have gathered gifts from their home to help with the Darkwell. Please let them know we are ready for them.
Okay. Why do I have to do everything?
The fruit of the Arkandor can cleanse all manner of magic. I'm certain it will do so here.
I helped grow the tree.
What news?
Hang on. The generosity of our allies is moving. I had hesitated with Erebos' plan to gather the other nations to our aid. Today I realized just how important that decision was. We must utilize the Darkwell. What comes after will shape the Sin'dorei for ages to come.
Our strength lies in
Yeah, I mean... Wait, do we still have the mana addiction? Or was that fixed? I think Villain of all people, might have fixed it before before we reignite the Sunwell or something like that, or maybe after. I don't really recall. But I don't know. I don't think we have the mana addiction anymore. Which is why we usually have the Sunwell. I do not know. For ages my people survived the power gleaned from the Nightwell. We grew addicted to it, much like the Sin'dorei were addicted to the powers of their own well. In order to overcome that addiction, we learned to transmute the power through a mana tree we called the Arkandor. I know for this, I was there. Today, in honor of the elves who rode to our aid when our well was under assault from powers without and within, I bring the fruit from that tree.
I know this is no small thing you offer us. Silvermoon owes you a debt of gratitude.
Nonsense, my love. That we have the fruit at all is in no small part thanks to the Sin'dorei.
Yeah. Oh, welcome. But I think earlier in the like it was unifying the elves.
Have agreed to bring Anastarion's crown, a symbolic gesture befitting the last king of Silvermoon.
The crown? What's that gonna do? But Felicity was kind of like talking about the mana addiction earlier this campaign. I guess maybe it would not have been possible even through all these years to give the entire population fruit from the Arkandor. I don't know how quickly it actually grows the fruit, but I'm guessing that although for a lot of people it's not an issue anymore with the mana addiction in Lightborn society, I'm guessing there's like, you know, still a lot of people that would have to get that fruit, so maybe it's not quite out for everyone yet? I do not know. I do not know. Because the thing is, like, even though the city, Silver City right now looks rather large, this is only just like a very small fraction of what Silver City actually is in universe. So yeah.
Defend what remains.
Like I think we see so I think we see maybe like 200 people at most or something like that in the city. But in reality it's probably like, you know, several thousands. So yeah. I will not say good reason is welcome here, but the people have to feel blood to earn a place here to stay. Sometimes through all the hate and need for vengeance, it was easy to forget that Risa is still a daughter of Quel'Danas. And when our land comes under danger, we fight to the last. Windrunners more than most. The Windrunners have given up quite a lot in the defense of Quel'Danas, so yeah.
And so,
this was once my home. I left to honor our alliance against the First Horde. As the Quel'Danas here became the Sin'dorei, the place became less and less a home I remembered. It was clear that the addiction to the Sun World and its magic would lead to a catastrophic end. We have lost so many people to this darkness. I will see this dark world cleansed one way or another.
Are you sure about this, Aethys? The crown has only just been returned to its home.
I am. We cannot greet the future without saying farewell to the past.
I mean, the crown has been missing for quite a long time, so I guess it's not going to change a whole lot.
Trust me, Rameth. This shard will regulate the void energies within the well.
I trust him.
Do not squander resources.
This war with the void has forced me to reevaluate my views on certain moral failings of former colleagues. It is hard thing to watch a trusted magister and friend turn to darkness and not see it as anything less than betrayal. Betrayal of trust, friendship, and more. It is even hard to admit that we are still standing here today with hope for a brighter future because of that betrayal. I will do my best to try to revise my perspective. Of course, that means Umbric will be insufferable now. Probably.
Respect our customs.
I tried to explain this again and again to Rometh, but he's still stuck in old paradigms. The crystal we have created should concentrate enough. I do not like that word. Should concentrate enough void to allow room for the other magics to take hold, undoing the fabric of the Darkwell and opening the door for something else. Rometh is conflating his fear of the void with past experiences that little to nothing to do with the magic, and more to do with the specific people who wield it. He's just so rigid. It's infuriating sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that, like, at the end of the day, void is a tool, if you know, a very dangerous tool, albeit, but if you know how to use it well, it can be used for good.
To allow the void to remain at all, your calculations have to be perfect, Umbric.
Well, then it's a good thing you're looking over my shoulder, isn't it?
I guess so. Why are the Quel'Danas all the way out here? I mean, this is not this city. All the other have, like, some stake in the city.
Of our moonwells. I hope it will help.
Ooh. We're adding Moonwell water to the former Sunwell. Interesting.
Freely.
Nope, we're here. Halteron. Chandra's and I have exchanged arrows on more than one battlefield. I have always admired and cursed her accuracy while mounted. I am not so blinded by hope to imagine that we won't be shooting each other in some future conflict. But it's only fair to greet her here, unarmed. He doesn't have his bow. Sorry, let's track where it was. There's one thing to meet here unarmed on the most auspicious day. If everything goes well, I will demand to honor the honor of an archery challenge.
May the wind guide your arrows.
I actually don't know who would win. my bet is Enchantress, not gonna lie. I suppose the sun will. So I suppose the sun has been corrupted and manipulated by the Centauri, the Scourge, the Burning Legion, and now the Void. Its waters originated from the Well of Eternity, which was which was a force turned to destruction so profound it sundered the world. Alright, I remember that. The time has come for the Centauri, and all else set aside those grand founts of power. They corrupt, rob, and breed addictions to magic. I'm here to ensure the Blood Elves do the right thing and heal their well, but I will not see it returned to a well of power. We have brought waters from our moon wells, blessed by Elune, in the hope that it will so that this new light might heal the damage wrought by Shalazaf.
Thank you for coming. I know
Let's hope
it's
so.
not an easy decision.
The right decision is seldom easy. A lesson that we must all take to heart.
Okay. Let's go watch this spectacle and see what this weird magic is gonna do. Okay.
We owe our service to those in need.
It was for the thanks to you. When Lura was slain, the curse that toward my being finally released. It was like not just being cut off from the light, but having it used against me. Corrupting, horrible. You have my thanks. That does sound kind of terrifying.
We stand here today because of you, champion.
Hi.
Let us put an end to this dark well.
Yeah, let's do that. Never Earth was just standing over there by not quite by himself. So many people to speak with. You know what I'm kind of missing? I'm kind of missing the Dark Fallen. I'm kind of missing them. I'm not quite certain I would like them to add anything to the Dark Well, if I'm being completely honest, but it would have been like lovely to see the especially the Dark Fallen former Centauri, high elves, I guess, come to the aid of Silvermoon again after having given their life to defend it originally, but come back to defend it once more. I kind of would have loved to see that, but alas, that is not what we get. Unfortunately. I will not say Marisa is welcome. Oh, right, we already read this.
It is important we use our power wisely.
I already read that.
With perseverance, strength.
The generosity of our allies is moving. I hesitated with Erebus' plans to gather the other elven nations to our aid. Today I realized just how important that decision was. If we want to neutralize the Darkwell, what comes after will shape the Centauri for ages to come.
What I do for Quel'Danas.
Darkwell may no longer be growing, but its stain can be felt throughout the land. I'm grateful to see it gone.
We need you in the fight, champion.
Guessing nothing new. Nothing new.
Upon the backbone of tradition.
Okay. Nothing new.
Watch over you.
Nothing new.
Moonlight watch over you.
Nothing new.
Until next time.
Anyone else we need to speak with? I don't think so.
Do not bend to the whispers.
Okay. I mean, what's I mean? I don't have to listen to the whispers in my head.
I am the Blade of the Light.
Those of all nations have spent ages upon ages drawing upon the wells for magic, for life, and for identity. Not even the dragon aspects could surpass our knowledge in this hour. It might have been welcome to. We will not let the sun will be corrupted again. This dark will must change, but it must change to something that we are no longer bound to with such dependency. We do not need this world to be the bait for so many other world corrupting forces. No, today we heal the dark well and make it something new. Let me know when you're ready. I mean, I guess maybe we can ignite it to sun world once we defeat all the evil in the world. Maybe. I don't know. The magic and wisdom we have accumulated over the eons all gathered at my people's most hallowed side. I only hope it is enough. Thank you, Folly, for standing with us in this hour. Let me know when you are ready for me to begin the ritual. Okay. Go ahead. There you go.
We founded this kingdom as exiles.
Where do all these people come from?
In search of a new home. But when we lost the Sunwell, when we nearly lost everything, in fear and grief, we cast out our own people, made exiles of them. We were foolish. Never again.
I don't necessarily know whether you were foolish in doing so, though, but...
We consecrate this, not as the Sunwell, but as something new.
So we're just kind of feeding this black hole blob thingy.
Let it represent the moment when night becomes day, and the moon meets the sun. Where light and shadow exist in perfect balance.
That's a very beautiful sentiment.
Let this mark a new dawn for our people.
Bloody hell, flashbang!
For the kingdom of Quel'Danas, our high home.
Sharon just stand here like, this is not my home. We've done it.
Light preserve you, friend.
Norwell, an apt name. Can you feel it? The energy that lingers here is not the fun of power the sun once possessed. It shines with hope, yet it's not an endless stream of energy like it once was. A proper testament to all those who stood their ground against the corruptions of this world and beyond. Okay, I cannot even begin to fathom the implications this has for, well, anything. Well, somebody died. It's kind of funny.
With all that's happened, we haven't had much time to talk.
What's on your mind?
When the attacks first started, you went to the Sunwell and prayed for a miracle. Heroes from all over the world appeared in a flash of light just in time to save the city.
Yeah, but what's that about?
How it happened.
I've never experienced anything like it before. In my desperation, I swear I could hear a gentle voice. Don't be afraid, it said. I am with you. And there was music, like a song ringing in my heart.
Like the Radiant Song? Could the voice you heard have been the world soul we've heard about? Could it have reached out through the light?
I truly
Maybe.
do not know. Whatever it was, it saved us. I believe we will hear it again when we need it most.
We definitely will.
It's good you are here.
Right. Doesn't appear to. Oh, hang on. This conversation's over here.
We embrace power.
But I don't have any new dialogue apart from the stay while and listen.
Dawnwell is a fitting tribute to our unity. Though, learning to live without the Sunwell's power may take some getting used to.
Perhaps. Far more concerning to me is the Darkwell.
It's no longer a threat to any.
They were moving down through it, Ramath.
Yeah.
Thousands upon thousands of void monstrosities, all headed deep underground.
I saw. What could Xal'atath be seeking at the heart of the world?
Whatever it is, she used us to get to it.
So, what are we gonna do about that?
Is only just beginning.
I think so too. So, that feels like... Why do I have a mask on? Ah! That prankster.
Baladash, Malanore. We shall not falter.
Nothing new, nothing new.
Sun Reavers will defend what remains.
I have no idea who these people are.
When shadow falls, land
We already read that. Oh, Anduin. I know Shatter's plans are far from over, but standing here seeing the Dawnwell, it feels like hope again. I don't entirely understand why the light summoned me. Part of me is as plagued by doubt as ever. How could I possibly be worthy? But here with friends, in this warm glow, I can push away doubt. I can simply feel the calm. I hope you do as well. I think so.
Thank you for your...
Let's stay a while and listen.
So, Anduin, why do you keep stealing glances at the esteemed Prophet Velen?
He was my mentor. He taught me so much. About
Do a flip.
Oh, excellent! Then you can introduce us.
Wait! Ellen, this is Farron Lothar of the Halifal Arathi. I'm sure she's overflowing with questions.
It is an honor, young Lothar. I too have questions. I hear tales of a large crystal of light and shadow.
Yeah, what happened to Belladar?
To speak at length. But first, Anduin, how does the light feel?
Like Belladar seemed like a very big deal, but everybody just kind of like forgot its existence.
It was overwhelming. I couldn't hear myself think. I understand how so many lost themselves in it. But now, it's gentle. The pleasant hum in the back of my mind I remember from my youth.
It is wonderful you feel the light so near once more, Anduin.
Indeed. So then, my dear pupil, why have you been avoiding me?
This... I'm sorry, Velen. This is not the future you saw for me. I was
Future's fortune, not set in stone.
putting the pieces back together, but they fit differently now. Some parts are just gone. The light called upon me, yes, but I'm still no great king, no true hero. I still can't even bring myself to abdicate the throne I don't deserve.
Wait, abdicate?
Anduin, you are young. There are many futures yet ahead of you.
Hang on.
But I will tell you this. In none of my visions did you remain idle for long.
If Anduin abdicates, who's in charge of, well, Stormwind City and the Alliance? Because like in Anduin's absence, Turalian was the I forget the word. He was standing in for Anduin essentially, but Turalian's gone. So presumably he was just kind of like summoned. So who's in charge of Summit City right now? And if Anduin abdicates, well, who's gonna lead the alliance? Mega talk. Hell yeah. The alliance will be ruled by the gnomes. Behold the Dawnwell. May its waters know no corruption. May stand as a reminder of all we have lost and an inspiration for what we can become.
So today, there remains much to which we must attend. Still, thank you for all you have done.
You're welcome. Does this hurt me? Nope. It just puts me to sleep, apparently. The Sunwell killed because it was just too powerful. The Darkwell killed because, well, yeah. Oh hey! Wait, because I teleported back to the Sun Moon. Nice. Alright. So yeah, I'm a little bit... I think this was not too bad actually. It was not as abysmal dog shit as I had anticipated to be completely honest. I think... I don't know. I think the entire end campaign here was rushed, but the march itself was actually okay. I would have loved to see the Horde also get in on the action. But Shazza has absolutely no reason to attack us anymore because, like, she's probably inside the world right now, trying to get to the World Soul. So the immediate danger is over. So technically we kind of have peace now, I guess? While we try to figure out the next steps. But that's the thing, like, the Void of Souls is starting. I mean, I guess the Twilight Blade is probably still a bit of an issue. Probably. But, like, the Void of Souls is starting next week. But I'm just wondering, like, I feel... If I compare the World Soul Saga to Legion, they should both be the same astronomical, huge cosmic force of panic and chaos that we would have to take care of. World-ending threat, essentially. But I don't know. The Void threat doesn't feel as bad as the Legion, to be honest. And I think most of it is because Shazza is kind of just playing with us. Like she shows up, laughs at us, and then just vanishes. Gets what she wants anyway. Another thing is that, well, it's not really been any major bad things happening. I mean, sure, Olivia and Soraya might disagree on that. And Aerosol as well, given that, you know, the two are in the Void right now. Presumably dead, but they're definitely not dead. I mean, there's no way they would die. And I think there's a couple of reasons why they're not dead. One, we did not see the bodies, therefore they can't be dead. Two, Arazeena hasn't really reacted to it. If Blizzard actually wanted those two to die in that, it would have made a much larger impact on Arazeena. Therefore, they're still alive. It's my what's it called? My thoughts on that topic. Because I mean, if they actually had died and Arazeena had become orphaned, I mean, he has all right to believe he's now an orphan. But like, I mean, if they're still alive, Also, if they actually died, we would definitely have received some more storytelling about that. I mean, I can actually finally get this done. Let's see, I already have the rope, so I need to do pretty much everything else. What do I have? What is it? It's the ropes, we have that. The legs. But yeah, the whole thing, the final part here, the March of Quel'Danas was okay, I think. But the whole thing leading up to the March of Quel'Danas just felt so rushed. I would have loved to kind of like drag out the whole unification thing. Definitely include the Horde. Very important to include the Horde in that. But like, make sure to get the Horde included. Spend some more time gathering forces to prevent this huge chaos from happening. And I think it would have been good because I think. Wait, hang on. Hold up. There's now no longer a huge beam of light coming out. Well, or darkness for that matter. I have absolutely no idea what the ramifications of losing the sun will actually mean for the Blood Elves in terms of like the magic society and everything. I do not know. It's probably mostly bad that they have lost all that though. Let's just get the helmet. But yeah, I kind of feel like it was a bit rushed. I know there was like kind of like the what's it called? Like putting it into time-gated chapters where we had to wait a week before something new would happen, but still, it felt rushed. There's the hats. Ley-lined necktie. What is that? Cloak? Shoulders? Yeah, shoulders. My shoulders are champion. These are only veteran. Let's get the shoulders then. Oh, I do not like the versatility on them though. Huzzah! We got the Capitalist Sunbound. Reward the Twilight Malifaux can drop from additional sources. Hell yeah. That is good news. Very good news. Alright. Let's find the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here for today. Because it is almost 2 AM. I actually do have to get up in like 5 hours. Because I have to go to the hairdresser tomorrow. So, hell yeah, finally. But yeah. I don't know. I think the story of Midnight was not... Like the story beats of it, not bad. Just rushed. And the writing was not excellent for the most part. The March of Quel'Danas, or Quel'Danas, and the... Well, I didn't do the raid in full, of course. I just did the story mode of it. I actually kind of wish story mode would take you through the entire raid, but just kind of like, you know, a simplified version of it. But like, still get to see the other bosses. That would be nice if they did that. I mean, I guess I could do looking for raid probably, or find a normal perk, but whatever. But the story beats of it in the March, not bad. I don't mind the whole Elven Unification arc either. I just kind of hate how the Horde is not involved, and I hate how quickly it happened. Because the storytelling was really just and then this, and then that, and then this. And of course, since we also use Portal to gather all the forces, well, why can we not use force us to get the Horde into action.
I will do my duty.
The threat of the Void also did not feel quite threatening, to be honest. If I'm kind of like thinking about the things we did in this expansion, we of course had like the whole thing at the beginning where we went in, had to answer the call of the Sunwell, or the World Soul probably, defend the Quel'Danas, ultimately fail because Void too strong. We have to regroup, and then like Eversong we kind of just went to set the story, so to speak. We found out there was issue with the light bloom, which we then discovered further in like that's the thing. If you think about like the Void's presence in Midnight so far, the Void arguably is the reason for the light bloom lashing out this way, because the Void attacking causes someone to lash out and become overpowered, which affected like the light bloom and all that. So in that regard, Void did cause that issue, but we're not fighting the Void, we're fighting the Rutari, I think the name is. Essentially like the whole, so Eversong Woods, you kind of like set up the plot about the light, like an Eversong, also February's and the Sun Crown and all that. You kind of set up the whole Lightwood thing. And you also then had the Tranquillian act of like, oh, people are starting to form cults. The Twilight Blade is an issue. But that was not the Void's forces, that was cultists. Then you went to Zul'Aman, we helped the trolls rekindle the... Yeah, I mean, again, it was the Twilight Blade before, but not the Devouring Host. Arandar, purely Light Bloom related, no Void at all. Void Storm, obviously Void. But that's the only time we actually fought the Devouring Host in any of the 4 campaigns, if I recall correctly. Of course, outside the whole alcohol mass thing is happening. So that's the thing, like, if you look back at Legion, everything we fought was fell infested, or like fell afflicted, whatever you want to call it. But he's just kind of like, the Devouring Host is just kind of like a set piece, so to speak. I don't know. I would kind of love to see the Void assaults happen and the Devouring Host actually trying to attack Silvermoon. I think I mentioned this earlier in the stream, so, but like seeing the Devouring Host attack major cities as well. And that would also give a perfect explanation as to why the force of the Horde and Alliance are not in on this. Because I know we called upon the Horde and the Alliance when it came, like in the War Within. I don't recall them ever doing anything actually. Maybe they did something in the Spider, like in the City of Threats, in that act. Maybe they were involved there. I do not know. I didn't do the raid, so yeah. I plead incompletion. But yeah, I think the storytelling would have been a lot stronger if you had more Void, like the Devouring Host, being a threat, other than just the big scary thing in the sky, which actually I'm kind of missing having that. Where is it even? Like, now I can't find my way around Silver because I can't see the big Void thingy. Anyway. I'm going to be wrapping up here because, as I said, it is getting rather late and I do have to get up in a couple of hours, a few hours. So yeah, I do anticipate to be back tomorrow. I think I had a small break from streaming, and part of that was because I was just kind of burnt out on the story of Warcraft. I didn't quite know what to do with myself because of that. But now we ripped the band-aid off, so everything's good now. So I will be back tomorrow. I do not quite know what time, but if you miss me until then, you can go check out my YouTube channel, where I'm currently uploading a daily episode of the Resident Evil Requiem playthrough we had. I think tomorrow will be the 12th episode out of, I presume, 20, based on the work I've been doing so far. I think 20 total episodes. So, getting pretty far into that. If you want to go through some of my World of Warcraft adventures, you can check out the archive channel, where I am uploading the VODs. This one will be updated too, as well, at some point tomorrow. But yeah, I hope you all did enjoy the stream. It was an absolute pleasure to stream for you all. And as always, I really do enjoy the whole... Holy deja vu. So hi, Crammy. You triggered a deja vu and you made me finish my tea. How are you doing, darling? But no, like, I swear, like, a few years ago, I have seen this exact moment before. This is weird. You just woke up? Well, good morning. Good morning, good morning. I am, as I said, just about to wrap up here. So, sadly, I cannot wake you up further. But I will be live again tomorrow, aka later today, since it is past midnight my time. I don't know what time, but it will probably be in like the afternoon or evening. I think what we'll be doing, we probably will be looking at some side quests, and maybe we'll also go ahead and see if we can do the Delve Nemesis. Because I kind of want to do that before my subscription runs out. So yeah. But in any case, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, or whatever time zone you're in. And I hope to see you all again soon. But until then, may the moon's blessing be upon you. Bye bye. If I can find my thingies. There we go. Bye.